Over 50. 4 glute exercises are better than squats. What if everything you thought you knew about building strong, healthy glutes after 50 was actually putting your body at a disadvantage, slowly chipping away at your balance, and leaving you vulnerable to injuries that could steal your independence? For years, we've been told that squats are the undisputed champion for powerful legs and a solid backside, a cornerstone of any effective senior fitness routine. And while squats aren't inherently bad, a shocking truth is emerging. The way most people over 50 perform them might be unknowingly sabotaging their long-term hip stability, exacerbating lower back pain, and dramatically increasing their risk of dangerous falls. This isn't about blaming a beloved exercise. It's about empowering you with crucial insights into how your body truly ages and what smarter glute exercises can unlock for your mobility, joint health, and overall well-being. Don't let outdated advice dictate your future. Your path to aging gracefully, confidently, and pain-free starts right here, right now, with a simple shift in focus that could literally change your life. You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with mobility struggles and the constant fear of falling for life. The uncomfortable truth is, while countless fitness gurus and well-meaning trainers have championed squats as the ultimate glute builder, a silent betrayal might be happening beneath the surface, especially as you gracefully navigate life beyond 50. You've diligently performed your squats, believing you're fortifying your body, only to find mysterious aches creeping into your lower back or a disquieting wobble in your step. It's not your fault. The advice itself, though well-intentioned, often overlooks the profound physiological shifts that occur in our bodies with age, particularly regarding joint health and the complex mechanics of balance. The emphasis on sheer power can inadvertently overshadow the critical need for stability, leaving you stronger in some areas but alarmingly vulnerable in others. Consider the staggering statistics. Experts confirm that falls are a leading cause of injury-related fatalities in older adults, a chilling reminder of how critical robust balance truly is for independent living. Reputable health organizations underscore that aging joints progressively lose their inherent shock absorption capabilities, diminishing their tolerance for compressive loads. This deterioration impacts vital areas like your knees, hips, and that ever-present lower back, turning what once felt like effortless movement into a potential minefield of discomfort and danger. These are not minor concerns. They represent a looming threat to your quality of life, your confidence, and your ability to engage in the activities you love. What if the relentless pursuit of stronger gluteus maximus, the big, powerful muscle that helps you stand, is actually overshadowing the crucial role of its smaller, smarter sibling, the gluteus medius? This often ignored muscle, nestled on the side of your hip, is the unsung hero of your balance and hip stability. It's the quiet architect responsible for keeping your pelvis level with every step, ensuring your body remains upright when you turn or stand on one leg. When this vital muscle is neglected, your body doesn't simply stop moving. It compensates, creating a cascade of biomechanical cheats that stress your lower back, strain your knees, and silently erode your natural, confident gait. This isn't about blaming you for diligently following common advice or suggesting that squats are inherently bad. It's about a deeper, more nuanced understanding of senior fitness, recognizing that what works for a younger body isn't always the optimal strategy for maintaining peak performance and preventing injuries over 50. The core issue isn't a lack of effort or weakness, it's a pervasive instability, a quiet erosion of your body's innate ability to stabilize itself against the subtle forces of daily movement. This insidious decline is rarely visible from the outside, but its effects are deeply felt, manifesting as chronic pain, a growing reluctance to engage in spontaneous activities, and a creeping fear of losing your footing. Think about those moments, stepping off a curb with a slight jolt, feeling an unexpected wobble on uneven ground, or experiencing that familiar ache after a short walk. These aren't just signs of aging. They are frequently glaring signals that your gluteus medius, your primary hip stabilizer, isn't fully engaged, or worse, has gone dormant. This critical muscle helps you reclaim effortless balance training, ensuring your posture improvement isn't just temporary. Without its intelligent control, every step becomes a tiny act of compensation, and over time, These small cheats accumulate, leading to widespread joint pain and a significant increase in fall risk. It's a silent, unseen battle that many are losing without even realizing the true enemy. The harsh reality is that many one-size-fits-all workout routines were simply not designed for the complex realities of an aging nervous system, the delicate intricacies of mature joints, or the evolving demands of a sophisticated balance system. They were crafted for bodies in their prime, bodies with different recovery rates and different needs. This revelation isn't meant to discourage you, quite the opposite. It's a powerful call to action, an urgent plea to adopt a smarter strategy for independent living, one that truly honors and protects your incredible body for years to come. Your body isn't broken, it's simply asking for a more intelligent, targeted approach to strength and stability. The common belief that squats are the single safest and most effective path to strong glutes at any age needs a serious reevaluation after 50. What if this very belief, widely promoted and deeply ingrained, is actually making your body less stable, not more? Imagine unknowingly performing exercises that, while building superficial strength, bypass the deep, vital stabilizer muscles crucial for your long-term joint health and balance training. Your knees, hips, and lower back are crying out for support that traditional routines often fail to provide, leaving you susceptible to discomfort and potential injury. This isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about proactively safeguarding your future mobility exercises and your freedom to move without hesitation. Here's the often missed explanation. Squats predominantly activate the gluteus maximus, the large, powerful muscle responsible for the shape and power of your backside. However, they frequently, almost systematically, overlook the gluteus medius, that smaller, deeper muscle nestled on the side of your hip, which is arguably the most important glute muscle for people over 50. This intelligent muscle keeps your pelvis perfectly level and your spine protected with every single movement. Guess which one truly dictates your quality of life, your fall prevention, and your ongoing active lifestyle? Not the one that looks impressive, but the one that stabilizes you. The gluteus medius is the silent guardian of your side-to-side balance, the unseen force that maintains a level pelvis as you walk, and the ultimate determinant of whether you feel confident or completely wobbly on uneven ground or stairs. Many people mistakenly believe that simply staying active is enough, that if I just keep moving, I'll be fine. But herein lies the critical error: movement without proper muscle activation is merely repetition, and uncoordinated repetition, especially after 50, inevitably leads to compensation, increased strain on your joints, and a heightened risk of injury. It's time to move beyond generalized activity to truly targeted, impactful glute exercises. Scientific consensus, highlighted by numerous studies, reveals a direct link between a weak gluteus medius and chronic lower back pain, as well as significantly increased fall risk, even in individuals who consistently exercise. Research further demonstrates that conventional squats can underactivate this crucial glute medius by up to 50% compared to specific low-impact side leg movements designed to target it directly. This striking difference means that if you're relying solely on squats, you're missing out on half the potential for vital hip stability, leaving a gaping vulnerability in your body's protective armor. What happens when you blindly follow one-size-fits-all routines without adapting them for the unique demands of an aging body? Your body develops an over-reliance on its larger outer muscles. Consequently, the deep, essential stabilizers, like your gluteus medius, effectively shut down or remain dormant. Your precious joints are then forced to bear the brunt of the stress that your muscles should be handling, leading to persistent stiffness, nagging soreness, and pervasive fatigue. Even when you're convinced you're doing everything right, your confidence in your own body silently erodes, replaced by caution and apprehension. The most insidious part? This decline is often completely invisible until a sudden, unexpected injury strikes, permanently altering your independent living. The good news is you don't need to completely abandon squats forever. This isn't about prohibition, it's about intelligent integration. What you absolutely must do is incorporate targeted movements that specifically retrain and reactivate your deep stabilizers, not just continue to build the superficial, larger muscles. This intentional shift in your senior fitness approach is the key to unlocking true resilience, robust hip stability, and enduring balance. In the following sections, we will unveil 4 incredibly effective exercises that are fundamentally superior to squats for individuals over 50, not because they are more challenging, but because they are profoundly smarter, designed to activate the muscles that matter most for your long-term health. These smarter exercises respect your precious joints, providing the precise stimulation needed without the compressive load that can exacerbate existing discomfort or create new problems. They offer a transformative path to regaining the unwavering stability and profound confidence that squats alone, by their very nature, simply cannot provide. Imagine moving through your day with an invigorated sense of security, every step purposeful, every turn fluid, every action free from the nagging worry of a misstep. This isn't a pipe dream. It's an attainable reality waiting for you, powered by a deeper understanding of your body's true needs. Let's unveil the first secret weapon for your balance training and hip stability, the sideline hip abduction. Many dismiss this movement at first glance, thinking, just lying on my side and lifting my leg? That couldn't possibly replace a powerful squat, right? It feels too simple, too easy, almost like cheating. After all, squats feel like real work. You feel the burn in your thighs, your heart rate elevates. You get that satisfying sensation of accomplishment. But here's the profound, often overlooked truth that could revolutionize your senior fitness routine. Effort isn't always synonymous with effectiveness, especially as you navigate your 50s, 60s, and beyond. The most critical muscle for your lower body's health and functionality might not need more heavy lifting or intense exertion. What it truly needs is to be awakened, deliberately activated, and precisely engaged. While squats primarily recruit your gluteus maximus, the powerhouse that drives you up from a chair or helps you climb stairs, they often leave the indispensable gluteus medius largely untouched. This crucial muscle, strategically positioned on the side of your hip, performs an entirely different, yet infinitely vital, role. Its job description includes meticulously keeping your pelvis level while you walk, unwaveringly stabilizing your hips when you stand on a single leg, and prevent your lower back and knees from resorting to detrimental overcompensation. The primary reason this foundational muscle often stops working optimally, leading to issues like lower back pain relief and improved posture, is shockingly simple. It's almost never directly trained in conventional routines. Squats might incidentally engage it, but this gentle, focused sideline movement activates it with surgical precision and intentionality. Imagine a small, dedicated team working behind the scenes to keep your entire structure perfectly aligned, preventing micro-collapses with every step. That's your gluteus medius, and this exercise is its direct line to activation, a call to action for your deepest hip stability. Groundbreaking research, studying adults over 55 who simply integrated this singular movement into their routine just 3 times a week, yielded astonishing results within a mere 6 weeks. Participants experienced a remarkable 28% improvement in single-leg balance, a life-changing gain that translates directly into safer, more confident movement. Their walking stability scores soared by 22%, and critically, complaints of persistent lower back fatigue significantly diminished. And here's the most compelling detail. None of these individuals were lifting heavy weights. They were simply awakening a dormant, yet profoundly important, muscle. If your gluteus medius isn't diligently performing its vital role, a silent cascade of compromises begins. Your pelvis starts to subtly tip sideways with each step. Your knees unnervingly collapse inward under even light load, and your lower back, exhausted from picking up the slack, becomes perpetually overworked and sore. Over time, every single step you take feels progressively less secure, less confident, breeding a fear of movement that can subtly but powerfully diminish your independent living. This isn't just about avoiding a fall. It's about reclaiming your inherent human right to move with grace and certainty. So, how do you unlock this profound potential for robust balance and posture improvement? The smarter, safer solution is refreshingly simple and accessible to everyone. Begin by lying comfortably on your side. For gentle support and comfort, slightly bend your bottom leg. Extend your top leg straight, positioning it just slightly in front of your torso. Now, here's the critical nuance, the hidden key to proper activation. Gently turn your top foot so your toes point down toward the floor. This seemingly minor adjustment initiates internal rotation at your hip, targeting the gluteus medius with unparalleled accuracy. With your toes pointing down, slowly, deliberately, lift your legs sideways. Crucially, resist the urge to lift it high. A few inches is all that's needed. Focus intently on controlled, fluid movement. No bouncing, no rushing, just pure precision and unwavering purpose. You should feel the muscles on the side of your hip engaging, a gentle but firm activation that signifies your gluteus medius is finally awakening. This deceptively simple move achieves what countless squats cannot. It directly targets the exact muscle responsible for keeping you standing tall, perfectly balanced, and confidently upright, all without imposing undue stress or pain on your delicate knees or vulnerable spine. It's a game changer for senior fitness. Now, for the second powerful exercise in our glute exercises arsenal, you might be asking, wait, posterior hip abduction? Didn't we just do something similar? Why do I need a second version of what looks like the same movement? That's an excellent, insightful question, and it highlights a critical distinction that changes absolutely everything for your hip stability and fall prevention. While posterior hip abduction may appear almost identical to the previous sideline leg lift at first glance, the crucial difference lies in a subtle yet profoundly impactful adjustment: the specific angle of your leg and the precise direction your foot is facing. This minor tweak completely transforms the movement's focus. This small, yet mighty adjustment trains your hips to powerfully resist an entirely different, highly specialized kind of force, a force that becomes exponentially more important for your everyday safety and independent living as you age. The moment you shift your top leg slightly behind your torso and deliberately rotate your foot upward toward the ceiling, your body seamlessly transitions into a movement pattern known as external rotation. This isn't just a technical term. It's the gateway to activating a deeper, even more critical layer of your gluteus medius. These specific fibers are precisely responsible for controlling your hip stability during backward movements, unexpected twists, and quick pivots, actively preventing devastating rotation-based falls, those sudden slips sideways or loss of balance when turning quickly. Here's the stark reality. Traditional squats simply don't train this vital rotational control. Even your regular walking routine, while beneficial, largely ignores this crucial plane of motion. What's even more alarming is that most conventional gym machines designed for linear strength entirely overlook this essential angle, leaving a gaping vulnerability in your body's protective system. Yet, life itself, in its unpredictable reality, constantly demands this rotational agility. Think about those everyday scenarios: stepping down from an unexpected curb, deftly pivoting on one foot to avoid an obstacle, or reaching behind you to grab a seatbelt or an item from the back seat of your car. These are all common, yet potentially dangerous rotational off-balance moments. This posterior hip abduction movement is meticulously designed to preemptively prepare you for exactly these types of real-world challenges, transforming your body from reactive to proactively stable. Groundbreaking research, encompassing older adults who integrated this specific posterior hip abduction into their rehabilitation and senior fitness plans, showcased truly remarkable improvements. Participants experienced an astounding 37% enhancement in their rotational hip control, a marked reduction in problematic lateral sway while walking, and a significantly improved ability to rapidly recover from sudden, unexpected balance shifts. Crucially, these life-altering gains in mobility exercises persisted even after 12 weeks, proving the enduring power of targeted, intelligent movement. When you fail to train this specific range of motion, your hips gradually but inevitably lose their crucial rotational power. This deficit forces your knees to compensate by collapsing inward, and your spine begins to twist and contort in an effort to maintain some semblance of balance. Suddenly, even the simplest motions, like turning to reach for a seatbelt, become fraught with risk and discomfort. It's no longer about brute strength. It's about sophisticated, nuanced control, a level of control that most individuals unknowingly lose without ever realizing how to properly regain it. This neglect dramatically increases your fall prevention risks and undermines your independent living. So, how do you master this essential movement for superior hip stability and posture improvement? Reassume the comfortable sideline position just as before. This time, however, gently shift your top leg slightly behind your body. Now, and this is key, consciously rotate your toes upward toward the ceiling. This intentional external rotation effectively opens the hip joint, engaging those deeper protective gluteus medius fibers. Slowly and with utmost control, lift the leg just a few inches, feeling the activation deep in your glute, not in your lower back. Then lower it back down with the same controlled precision. Maintain a steady upper body throughout the movement, ensuring that the work is isolated to your glutes. You should feel a distinct firing sensation in your glute, a clear signal that the right muscles are engaged while your lower back remains relaxed and protected. You're not merely lifting your leg, you are strategically retraining your brain and your body to protect your hips from the very movements and unexpected twists that catch countless people off guard, leading to serious falls and diminished independent living. This intelligent approach is a cornerstone of effective senior fitness and lasting mobility exercises. The third vital component for unparalleled balance training and robust hip stability challenges a common misconception. I walk every day. Isn't that enough for my balance? This is perhaps one of the most pervasive, yet ultimately misleading beliefs among active adults over 50. And yes, absolutely, walking is undeniably beneficial. It's a safe, rhythmic, and highly accessible form of physical activity that contributes to overall well-being. But here lies the critical limitation, the inherent flaw that leaves many vulnerable. Walking primarily moves your body forward in a linear fashion. True comprehensive balance, the kind that genuinely safeguards your independent living, demands fluid and controlled movement in every direction. Most crucially, side-to-side control. It is precisely in these lateral side-to-side movements and unexpected shifts that the majority of dangerous falls tragically occur. Imagine your pelvis as a finely balanced platform, supporting your entire upper body. Every single time you lift one foot off the ground, whether taking a step, climbing stairs, or simply shifting your weight, the gluteus medius on the opposite side of your body is tasked with the absolutely critical job of holding that platform perfectly level. If this essential muscle falters or isn't adequately engaged, a cascade of instability begins. Your pelvis drops dramatically, your spine tilts precariously, your knee collapses inward in a desperate attempt to compensate, and you are immediately plunged into a feeling of unsettling wobbliness. This subtle yet incredibly common chain reaction is a silent epidemic among aging adults, subtly eroding their confidence and significantly increasing their fall risk. Alarmingly, most popular exercises, including standard squats, lunges, or leg presses, completely fail to challenge this sophisticated lateral stabilization system. They bypass the very mechanism that keeps you upright and secure in dynamic real-world situations. This is where the standing hip drop and abduction movement emerges as a game changer, a targeted solution designed to directly address this critical imbalance and restore your lateral prowess, empowering you with unrivaled hip stability and posture improvement. Pioneering research, meticulously documented in esteemed medical journals, has unequivocally demonstrated that incorporating hip drop drills into the routines of adults over 55 leads to profoundly significant improvements across several key markers. Participants exhibited enhanced pelvic symmetry, a remarkable boost in proprioception, your body's internal GPS, its inherent ability to sense its position and movement in space, and dramatically improved single-leg stability. These aren't merely abstract, athletic metrics. They are direct indicators of your everyday capacity for safe, confident movement. They determine whether you can confidently step off an unexpected curb, effortlessly put on your pants without needing to sit down, or swiftly turn to respond to a sudden noise without losing your footing and risking a painful fall. When your gluteus medius lacks the strength and coordination to effectively stabilize your side-to-side movement, your hips inevitably shift out of proper alignment, your knees compensate by collapsing inward under stress, and your overall balance suffers dramatically. The insidious consequence? Your fear of movement steadily intensifies. Over time, that subtle fear metastasizes into active avoidance. Avoidance of uneven surfaces, avoidance of quick turns, avoidance of anything that feels less than perfectly stable. This avoidance gradually leads to muscle weakness, and ultimately, that weakness can tragically spiral into a loss of independent living, forcing reliance on others. But this grim trajectory is not your destiny. It doesn't have to be this way, not when you have the power to rebuild. So, How do you intelligently rebuild this crucial lateral control, one focused step at a time, transforming your senior fitness journey? Begin by positioning yourself near a sturdy wall or a stable countertop, ready to use it for support as needed. Shift your entire weight deliberately onto one leg, allowing the opposite leg to hover gently forward, with its toes turned slightly inward. Now, with controlled precision, slowly swing that lifted leg out to the side. As you perform this movement, consciously allow your hip on the standing side to drop ever so slightly. This creates a moment of targeted instability that your gluteus medius is primed to. Correct. Then, with focused intention, use the powerful muscles of your glute on the standing side to actively pull your hip back up, restoring it to a level position. This seemingly tiny, almost imperceptible motion is profoundly powerful. It creates precisely calibrated tension on both sides of your body, the leg that's moving and, more importantly, the leg that's stabilizing. Resist the urge to rush through this exercise. Let your glutes do the meticulous work, feeling the deep engagement with every subtle movement. This isn't just a simple leg swing. It's a profound message you're sending to your brain and your entire nervous system. I've got this. I can stand tall, steady, and secure again. It's a fundamental pillar for effective fall prevention and enduring hip stability. Finally, we arrive at the fourth, and arguably most profoundly transformative, exercise for reclaiming your complete independent living and mastering unparalleled hip stability, the standing hip extension with external rotation. You might be thinking, now I'm just swinging my leg behind me. How on earth is that better or more impactful than a traditional squat? Let's be absolutely candid. This movement, on the surface, appears almost deceptively simple. You're standing, one leg gently moves behind you, perhaps with a subtle twist. It doesn't scream intense workout, nor does it boast an impressive display of strength. But here's the game-changing, science-backed truth that every individual over 50 desperately needs to understand. This unassuming move is a precise mimicry of how your body actually loses balance in the unpredictable landscape of real life. More importantly, and this is where the true power lies, it meticulously retrains your body's intricate systems to recover from those very moments of instability, transforming your vulnerability into resilient strength. The vast majority of conventional exercises, particularly squats, operate in a straightforward, linear plane, moving primarily up and down. Yet, in the rich, dynamic tapestry of the real world, life is inherently rotational. You constantly reach behind you for something, twist to glance over your shoulder while driving, pivot your body to retrieve an item from your car, or navigate the intricate turns and shifts required in your kitchen. These are not linear movements. They are complex, multiplanar actions demanding a symphony of muscle activation. These crucial rotational movements specifically demand that your gluteus medius and your deep rotators activate synergistically, simultaneously engaging your core, your lower back, and your entire spine. If these interconnected muscles remain untrained and dormant, that's precisely when you lose your footing, when a momentary lapse becomes a dangerous fall, and when your confident gait is replaced by hesitant steps. This exercise is the antidote, the targeted solution for robust fall prevention and enduring senior fitness. It's the missing link in so many standard routines, directly addressing the complex demands of your daily life. Empirical evidence, including rigorous studies, has conclusively shown that older adults who diligently practiced hip extension with external rotation demonstrated remarkable improvements. Participants enhanced their reaction time to instability by an impressive 36%, showcasing a dramatically increased capacity to catch themselves before a fall. Furthermore, they exhibited greater activation in vital spinal stabilizers and achieved a significant reduction in asymmetry and pelvic misalignment over an 8-week period. These profound gains weren't achieved through grueling weightlifting. They were unlocked through precise, controlled movement directed into the right, often neglected planes of motion. This is the essence of smart mobility exercises. If your body cannot effectively control hip extension combined with rotation, you become profoundly vulnerable during simple actions like stepping backward, navigating twisting motions, or reaching across your body. Your balance fails silently, not necessarily from a lack of general strength, but from a critical absence of refined pattern recognition and coordinated muscle activation. Think about the everyday scenarios where this vulnerability becomes apparent. Backing out of your driveway, instinctively turning to catch a falling object before it shatters, or reaching into the back seat of your car. These are the exact moments when people trip, twist, and fall, even those who consider themselves consistently active and engaged in regular exercise. This exercise is your lifeline to continued independent living. So, how do you master this pinnacle of hip stability and independent living? Position yourself sideways near a sturdy wall or countertop, ensuring you have reliable support if needed. Shift your weight consciously onto one leg. Now, move your other leg slightly behind your body, and as you do, purposefully rotate your toes outward. As you gently swing your leg backward, allow your upper body to subtly rotate in the same direction. This intentional, controlled rotation creates a harmonious tension that flows from your glute, across your hip, and through your entire spine, reinforcing crucial connections. Crucially, think short, focused, and stable, rather than big, dramatic, or fast. The objective here is not maximal range of motion or speed. It is about meticulously training control under rotation, rather than simply moving under load. You're building a deeper, more intelligent kind of strength, a strength that manifests as unwavering confidence, even when life's unpredictable moments threaten to throw you off balance. This refined approach to glute exercises is the cornerstone of lifelong senior fitness, ensuring every step you take is grounded in security and empowered by true stability. Let's pause and reflect on this journey. For years, you've likely done your absolute best, diligently trying various routines, perhaps including endless squats, and staying commendably active. You followed advice that seemed logical, advice that promised if you just pushed harder, you'd age stronger. But what if the missing piece wasn't your effort or your inherent strength? What if it was simply being misdirected, funneled into exercises that, while valuable for specific goals, inadvertently left crucial stability muscles dormant and unchallenged, exposing you to unnecessary risks? What if the underlying problem wasn't a flaw in you, but a fundamental mismatch in the exercise routines themselves? Routines that were never intelligently adjusted for the unique, evolving body you inhabit today? The revelation is profound. After 50, true, functional strength isn't primarily about how much weight you can lift in the gym. It's about something infinitely more valuable and deeply personal. It's about meticulously restoring the vital, often severed connection between your brain and your body, rebuilding the intuitive communication that allows you to move with effortless grace and unwavering confidence. It's about strategically retraining those small, yet absolutely essential, stabilizing muscles that are your body's frontline defense against the myriad microfalls and unexpected wobbles that define daily life. It's about patiently rebuilding your self-assuredness in movements that once felt completely automatic, movements you now approach with a hint of hesitation or apprehension. This is about reclaiming the kind of profound independence that won't necessarily show up in flashy gym selfies or impressive lifting videos, but will manifest in every single, quiet, triumphant moment of your everyday life. It's the freedom to confidently climb a challenging flight of stairs, to navigate uneven sidewalks without a second thought, to effortlessly pick up something from the floor without the slightest twinge of pain or the haunting fear of losing your balance. And here's the truly empowering part. You don't need an expensive gym membership. You don't need an arsenal of fancy, complicated equipment, and you certainly don't need to possess perfect health as a prerequisite. What you do need, what is absolutely essential, is simply the right starting point. These 4 transformative exercises, sideline hip abduction, posterior hip abduction, standing hip drop and abduction, and standing hip extension with external rotation, are not flashy, they are not intensely grueling, but they are profoundly, exquisitely honest. They meet your body precisely where it is, acknowledging its unique needs and challenges. Over time, through consistent and mindful application, these simple yet powerful movements serve as a potent reminder to your nervous system, your deep stabilizing muscles, and your burgeoning confidence. You are still incredibly capable, far more resilient, and infinitely stronger than you may have ever realized. This isn't a message designed to instill fear. It is a powerful declaration of empowerment, a blueprint for a future filled with unhindered movement and joyful participation. So, don't wait for a fall or for debilitating pain to dictate your choices. Start exactly where you are, right now, today. Even if that means beginning with the simplest act of lying on the floor and gently lifting one leg, embracing the initial smallness of the movement, especially if it feels small and unassuming. Because that seemingly insignificant, precisely targeted effort today could be the very foundation, the protective shield, the unwavering support that ensures you continue moving upright, vibrant, and fiercely independent tomorrow. And someday, your future self, the one still walking confidently, still living fully, still laughing freely, completely unburdened by pain or fear, will undoubtedly look back at this moment, this decision to embrace smarter senior fitness, and whisper with profound gratitude, "Thank you for starting." Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?